Open up Surrey.
What can I do for you?
Lumos.
It's on now.
Come on, Nordonia. Let's all get together in Northeast Ohio. We're the hidden treasure. Maybe.
Hello, everybody. This is Julie D from NORDONIA.news, and welcome to Jabbering with Julie. Hello, here we are once again. So glad to see you today. The day of this recording is November 9th, 2023. This year is zooming by. I can't believe where we are, and it's like we're talking about holiday events. We had a lot of things going on Tuesday for the election. We do have the results, the local results on our website. I'll just run through them really quick. Nordonia Hills School Board, Liz McKinley and Chad Larmer retained their seats. Nick Molnar is still the mayor of Macedonia. He was unopposed. Dave Finley and Jeff Garvis on council keep their spots. Village of Northfield, Mayor Jen Domzalski was reelected, and the two council seats were also the same. So Kevin Lewis and Gary Voitish will keep their spots. Northfield Center incumbent Rich Ravel will keep his spot. Let's see, Northfield Center Township, the issue 6 was defeated for the tax levy to pay for the police protection. Sagamore Hills Township Trustee and Fiscal Officer ran unopposed. The Summit County Replacement Tax Levy passed. And then obviously statewide, issue 1 passed and issue 2 passed. So those are our local election results. I will have a link down in descriptions. You may know of what happened in your town, but you may not know what happened to the other ones. And, that's one reason I like Nordonia Hills News. We should know in our school district, we should know what's happening in the other communities. All right. And Northfield Village is having a Veterans Day ceremony on the 9th. Northfield Village Skill Nursing and Rehab in the village will host the Veterans Day program with the city of Northfield Village. The ceremony is from 2 o'clock to 3:30 at 10267 Northfield Road. And they have expanded the program. It's one of those programs where they add on to it every year. And we always should honor our veterans. And speaking of veterans, WAYBACK Burgers in Macedonia is having on Veterans Day, 10% of the online sales will be donated to Tunnel to Towers Foundation. And there's a link that I'll have down below. So I'm sure there's other veteran specials around town. I just wanted to mention that. Now let's get to some of the holiday stuff that's happening. Northfield Village is having tree service, a giving tree, sorry. Let's give back this year and help a local child in need of some holiday cheer. The Village of Northfield is having a giving tree this year, and I'll have a link down in the description. But basically, there's donors and there's recipients. So a lot of people do want to donate, but I know that they are looking for recipients. So if your family is in need of some extra holiday cheer this year, there are instructions. And if you're wanting to donate, there are instructions. So again, I will put a link down below and you can find out all the information about that. I mean, obviously the holidays is definitely a time of giving. And, we may be doing well, but other people may not be. Northfield Village is also excited to announce that for the first time, they're having a tree lighting ceremony on December 9th, 6 p.m. We're going to have hot cocoa and cookies. Mr. and Mrs. Claus will be there. There will be some caroling, and this is the first time they had the event. And we have no idea what the weather is going to be on December 9th. But if the weather's not bad, it'll probably go on longer and there'll be more caroling. But if it's cold, it'll probably be shorter ceremonies. So look for that on December 9th at Northfield Village City Hall. And then every year there's a family that does a St. Jude's fundraiser. Don Rombacker has been working on his Christmas lighting display at 8636 Brandywine Road since September 18th of this year. He said his most often asked question when people pull up to their driveway to see the display is, how long does it take to set this up? His answer is 120 hours. The display is a labor of love that has grown and changed in meaning a lot over the last 3 years. His neighbors brought him letters to Santa mailbox from Lowe's 2 years ago. Now children can drop off their letters to Santa, and thanks to Marcy and 3 other women, those letters get answered, providing there is a return address on the envelope. I'm going to have more information in here, but their goal this year is to raise $4,500. And they have a QR code and all the things. So I will have the information below and you can, I'm sorry, there's a fly in here. Crazy. Probably looking for warm weather. And also in theme of the holidays, the city of Macedonia is having their, once again, Santa delivery program. And then obviously I have a link and they're having information, the bag pickup locations and the drop-off locations, and then when the gift delivery is. Now this program is for Macedonia and Northfield Center residents. Sagamore Hills is having a Visit Santa at Sagamore Hills Fire Station on December 9th, 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Fire Station on Valley View. There's lots of information on this flyer. And that's the deal for all of that. There's always extra fun around the holidays. Sometimes you have to make your own fun. In business news, POSTNET has moved. Yes, they did. They moved over. So they're in the Macedonia Commons. Their old location was on 82. And they moved, well, they're facing 82. And now they moved way over by, like closer to Walmart, in between Premier Martial Arts and Claire's beauty store. They're already there. I went and visited them on Monday, and it looks a lot like their old store, except it goes way back, much deeper. You have to go in and say hi. And their former location, as you can see in the pictures, their old sign is down, and any lab test now is going in there, and their signs are already up. They didn't waste any time. I don't think the lab place will be open until sometime next year. But anyways, moving and shaking, and around here, the place gets empty and another one, somebody else moves in. From what I understand, around town, certain spaces, there's a waiting list. So, when one place closes or moves, it creates an opportunity for another business to come in town. I'm always excited about new shiny things. And it's nice to see people move and not leave, which is always good. All right, in more business news, I had lunch the other day at Tuscan Vine, and I know I talked before about their soup, but I thought I would try something different. Oh, and actually one of my favorite dishes there is a frutamare. And isn't it hard sometimes to get something different off the menu? You have your favorites that you really like, but I decided to try the Tuscan Vine prosciutto pizza. And as you can see from the picture, it looks delicious. Well, I could tell you that it tastes delicious as well. And it is a really nice size pizza. It's not like a personal pan pizza size that you get at Pizza Hut. That's kind of small. I would say it's like a small, like if you order a small pizza from a regular pizza place, it's about that size. So quite a bit of pizza. And I got it with the lunch special, and I think it only cost like $16 for the pizza. I also had a very nice salad. It comes with a beverage, and they have rolls with the olive spread that I really like. Maybe I'm part Greek and don't know it. I really do like that olive spread. And then you get the flan for dessert. I took, half the pizza home because Oh, and it also comes with a cup of soup. And the day that I was there, I had mushroom soup, which was very good. So you might want to try their pizza. And don't forget, you don't have to just go there for lunch and dinner. You can always do takeout. And they do curbside. And if you haven't been there in a while, do a revisit, because we have to support businesses in town. Let's see. Speaking of supporting businesses in town, I made a post the other day, got quite a few calls from people, but we may have to suspend our newspaper. It's a really hard decision for me to make, because so many people tell me all the time how they love the paper. And we drop off the paper at various locations around town. And almost as soon as we drop it off, there's somebody walking in and picking it up like they were waiting for it. And so I don't know what's going to happen. The reason why we had to make this announcement is it's not just the printing cost, but there's also the labor involved. We do print it every other week. So it seems like it would be like, oh no, it's no big deal. You do it every other week, but there's a lot of time, and then delivering it and the cost of printing and all the things involved in it. And, unfortunately, it's for the money. It doesn't reach as many people, and our online reach is huge. Now, I have gotten a couple of inquiries from some large companies about, running some large ads with us, because we're going to need some large ads. I love the small businesses and their support, but to continue the print version, we need some big advertisers to step up. And I see a lot of businesses around town, and I think they think, oh, someone else will get it. We don't have to do that. But, it's just, this is really very difficult for me to talk about, because I know the economy is really tough and everything, but I feel like we can't ignore the people that read the newspaper. It's an older segment of society, generally speaking. And I don't, the reason why we print for them is because I don't want to ignore them and think they're not of value. But at the end of the day, we have to make business decisions here. So it's going to have to take some major support from the businesses in this town to keep the newspaper alive. So fingers crossed, hopefully things will work out and we won't lose anything. But as of right now, we have 3 more issues to print. And there is a new issue that came out this week, so it's not counting that one. So we'll see how things shake out. But, if you really like the print newspaper, talk to a large business in the Nordonia Hills area and tell them, hey, you need to step up, support local. I know some of the bigger corporations are more into marketing to a larger footprint and global or Northeast Ohio, but don't forget supporting local businesses like the local newspaper. I still think it's important. So we'll see what happens. And, we're doing our best here. That's all I can say. All right, let's see. Just a couple other things. There is chapter 8 from Secrets Under the Sizzle that's out. If you haven't been following along, it's a story I wrote. I always wanted to write a story. And sometimes there's local tidbits put in it of things around town here. But sometimes not. Like this latest chapter I don't think it has any references to anything here in town. But I also recently did a narration with commentary. So you can either read the story yourself or listen to the commentary, maybe when you're, driving to work or something. A lot of people are really finding it. I'm getting messages from people that they really enjoy it. I'm not exactly sure how long we're going to keep doing it. It's kind of like a series, and, maybe we'll get to a point where I'll take a little break and then we'll have a new season and new characters. And suddenly they'll be in Japan. No, just kidding. But have you ever watched the show and the second season, they like totally changed everything? And it's like, I don't know if I really like that, but anyways, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I also want to encourage you, if you're thinking of writing a story or writing a book or anything, I do write this story with the help of AI. No, AI does not write the story, but I'm not, first of all, I'm not a professional speaker, and I'm also not a professional writer. So sometimes my verbiage needs to be tweaked. So all of the characters I came up with, I came with the plot, I came up with the setting and all of the juicy things that happen, all the secrets, all the sizzle. That's all me. But I'll type a sentence in and I'll just have AI, and I use Jasper.ai. I have the AI fix the punctuation, and maybe I'll have it give me a suggestion for the title, things like that. But I don't take the words from AI and just plop it onto the page. I always change it. It's kind of like having an editor where, you give them the information and then they make it look pretty. So if you're thinking, oh, I can never write something, look into having AI help you, because it might just be the piece of the puzzle that's missing. I also wanted to put a link down below of my last show. And I want to do a thank you to Joshua O. One of the writers. He does sports writing, but he also does video work. So he made my last show look fabulous. And he's also doing the same with this show. So if you've noticed, there's like a new look and a new way that I present pictures, and the intro, the outro, and some of those extra touches. It's all Joshua. And if you're looking for someone to do video work like this, I would recommend you get in touch with Joshua, and I could pass along his information, but don't take up too much of his time because I still need him. So there's always that. Here's a little trick I found. If you have an iPhone, open up Siri.
I'm already here. What can I do for you?
Lumos.
It's on now.
She turns on the light. Isn't that cool? Knox.
It's off now.
And Knox shuts it off. Thank you very much, Siri.
My pleasure.
Just a fun little thing. Maybe sometimes you accidentally turn your phone on, which happens to me. And it's just an easy way of turning it off without actually hitting the button. I like little fun things like that. Maybe you have a little tip, something on your phone or on your computer that is fun for you. So let's see. I'm just going through my list here and making sure. I always forget something. I wonder what I forgot today. Oh, I'm radioactive. No, wait. That's an old Steve Martin joke. I do want to thank the people I run into in the stores that say that they like watching the show. Thank you for putting up with me. Gosh, I think April, it's going to be 3 years I'm doing this show. And yes, I don't need to print this, so I will continue doing this show. There's no print costs with this, although there is a lot of labor, but Joshua's helping me. All right. Anyways, thank you again for listening to my jabbering. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.